When you're dancing with a guy, you just become like light like a feather. Do you understand? And the guy doesn't have to use force or even much effort, and the dance becomes so much more enjoyable for both of you.
Because I'm teaching this lady styling also. But it sounds funny, by the way. But
it's actually pretty good. It is very good, like.
Tip for leaders and followers: you are as best as a. Correct me if I'm wrong. You are as best in a social dancing as much you are best for the other person.
Exactly.
Not for you.
Exactly.
You should be able to be comfortable with your following to not interrupt the guy's lead.
Which I was saying that in the socials, we see that people end up doing those same 20, 25 combinations again and again. However, they have gone and learned hundreds of combinations.
When somebody has a great potential and they haven't even tapped into 40% of their potential.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So to those people, I'm going to push them. Even if I'm being a little bit of a dick, I'm going to push them.
I say this thing, stop predicting. Because when you're predicting, you have only 2-3 options. You're thinking it might be this or that, and you're closing the opportunity for a flawless improvisation.
But men styling, I think that more men in the world need it. Just for confidence, just for loosen up a little bit, attitude and everything,
You add the styling to enhance the lead.
Maybe I've never said this to you, but you're right, because this is.
So I was saying that all these things. So for example, if I've got a beginner, if we got a beginner coming to our class, we will only focus on whatever positive things that they're doing in the class. Never tell them they do something wrong, okay? Because you have to build up the confidence. Especially if it's the first bachata class, you want to make, as teachers, we want to make communities bigger. You want to keep that students, not just for you, but for bachata in general, or for salsa, or for kizomba, depends on where you are. So if they do something wrong, just tell them that, okay, I really like what you did here with the hand. Maybe just try to do this. But very good job, like you did that, like you did it.
Always encourage them,
Rather than,
because they are learning something new for them, and you don't want them to go home and never want to come back.
Because they are one class, they are one critic away from not coming back. Oh, this is not for me. He told me that I did wrong. This is not for me. Okay. Then, like I said, it depends on who you are. It depends on your potential. What I mean by potential is that, unfortunately, dancing is such a thing that, yes, everybody can dance, but not everybody can achieve a high level of dancing. Not everybody. And as teachers, over the years, we kind of like have a feeling or know when somebody has a great potential and they haven't even tapped into 40% of their potential. You understand what I'm saying? So to those people, I'm going to push them. Even if I'm being a little bit of a dick, I'm going to push them. Because I know.
My team knows this. When they're performing, I say, you're not in the basic and all.
Because I know they can do a lot better. I know I'm going to push them until they cannot themselves. That's what I'm going to do. But if it's somebody that I know have stiffness problem, or coordination problem and stuff like that, I'm not going to be as harsh as for the other person that had the great potential. You understand what I mean?
Exactly,
so it's all about knowing. It's about knowing who you're dealing with, basically. Yeah, and then level. Obviously, we're gonna be a lot more supportive at beginner level, and we're gonna be a little bit stricter. Now, when I say strict, it's not strict as in like, you're doing it wrong, you're not going to amount to anything, go home. No, it's not like that. We're just going to be a little bit more strict, because if it's like intermediate level, there are things at intermediate level that they should already know.
You
understand what I mean?
I agree completely. Yes.
Yeah, there are things at intermediate level that, like, for example, if I say to people, okay, guys, at intermediate level, okay, now guys, everybody give me a wave, sit. And if one student asks me, what's a wave sit at intermediate level? I'm just going to look at them and I'm going to make sure that they understand.
Yeah.
I will explain it, I'm not going to be a dick, I will explain it, but I'm going to make sure that they understand that they should already know these things at that level.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we teaching, now we're just talking personally here, we teaching taking all this into consideration. Like we never, not one thing is valid for one person, it's all very personal to the different people. But obviously, it's us knowing our students. We like to know who we're dealing with, all the time. So yeah, this is what I wanted to say.
Very, like, I think you said many of those things, like, that we actually were missing. And I will also add, like, some of the things, like, which I have been also, like, experienced with in this field after coming. Example one is like this basic example. When we're talking the basic, again, the same, which I was saying, approach is completely different according to which level going for. Also, sometimes we think that we rush forward as teachers or this thing to give a lot of materials. I think that comes example. I'll relate two informations together. I think that which comes, which I was saying that in the socials, we see that people end up doing those same 20, 25 combinations again and again. However, they have gone and learned hundreds of combinations in the social, in the festivals or in the classes, in all this thing. I think that is because more quantity is given without being worked on that, and they are not sticking to even the access back.
The quality is
quality, and that's happens because, example, now when I'm teaching even basic I just make people walk around 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I play them games, like, okay, 4, stop, hey, okay, stop, and stop in any timing. They just, and in games within 20 minutes they understand walking and stopping. So I don't even say them that they're dancing yet. And then I said, okay, now we'll stop only on 4s and this. Example, now when we're doing example 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we are in the 4, then the explanation why this 4 is not just because it's a tap. Example, one reason is because you're doing the music, okay, because it's 4 and 8. Salsa can be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, also why the tap? Because now most probably you'll be moving only this way, or this way, or this way. Because if you move that, it's complicated, and both of you move. Okay, yeah, makes sense. But later, when you learn advanced, you can move this also, but not now, because then you'll confuse. So this information, when all these things are given, they're not only learning this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Say why 4, why 8, why the tap? Oh, this is, and they can use it more. So I think, and which you were saying, we were talking about that, how important is this basic. Even I myself, I do modern. I fuse, I break size. But before that, I learn the patterns to break it. Otherwise, you're all over the place, kind of. And now coming to those level points, I think, example, take it like people come from basic, intermediate, basic, improvers, intermediate. Okay, let's take advanced and professional teachers, or So now when people comes from here, it's completely different than what we are doing. Normally, even I ask when they are coming a little bit prepared that what you really want. Somebody says, okay, I want here, I want to be teacher, I want to be, this thing. But also they get distracted by the time they are going up, by the time they reach improvers or intermediate, because they now already can dance and they stop to what they said, which I was saying. And then it becomes very interesting when you're training this people, and you will find people falling off from their words itself. So I think it's a complete, as you were saying, different dealing with the people who are wanting this hard, this thing to reach, and the people who are just coming, I want to dance, I want to have, more of the life, which they are missing now. So now all this thing bringing, now we're talking about teaching. I'd like to come back to your one thing you said, very good. I say that exactly, I was saying in the last class, I was leading the partner down, and she already started doing the styling before just going. So I showed like, okay, relax and just feel, don't do anything, feel. And I lead her and she goes there without doing extra. This was the lead. So it brings me, because I said the same thing, like styling comes after the lead. You don't do the styling over it. You add the styling to enhance the lead, to add flavor to the lead. And as a leader, we are making our followers look as beautiful, as gracious, and support her everything that we, and that is the good, like relationship. Yeah. So talking, you already said this line that about the styling comes after. Can you
Yes.
explain that more for our
Yeah.
followers? And some more points, please.
Yes,
Tips.
actually, I'll be super honest with you guys. When I first started dancing, so when I got into the teaching and everything, and I became now a social dancer and stuff like that, because I was so passionate of styling, and I never took any classes. I had different backgrounds like the contemporary and the or modern or jazz and stuff like that. So now I just wanted to start using my arms. I didn't care how or when. I was just putting arms all the time to the point I was like hitting guys when I was dancing, and this was really bad because once you start doing that, that's something you should never do. It can happen once, but it's something that you should be able to be comfortable with your following to not interrupt the guy's lead. Does that make sense? So this is
Yeah.
why when we say learn, like even when you start teaching and beginners, they're like, oh, what do you do with your arms? I'm like, no, just learn how to step first, learn how to follow, and then you can start adding your arms and stuff. So for me, I was like hitting people right and left because I was like, I just want to use my arms. I don't care. And even with Soul, I was like hitting Soul when we're dancing, and we'll have so many arguments a lot of times because he'll be like, we'll do a demo, and then I will just use my arms a lot, and he'll be like, Laura, stop. Like I couldn't do this move because you interrupted me by doing the styling, So we would have arguments and debates, but he was now I can tell you, Soul. After all these years, no, you were right, okay.
This is the
You
payback
are
from
right.
what she was giving the intro before.
Maybe I've never said this to you, but
Oh.
you're right because it is very important. Once you are aware of this is not good, and once you actually learn how to control your body and control your movements, and now just wait for the lead, and then as you say, you're just enhancing because sometimes you dance with some guys that don't allow you to style. So I say to my girls, it's not always that you can style because if you dance with a guy that always have a close hold with you, you're never gonna have use of your arms. So in that case, just follow because that still makes you a great follower. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, if the guy gives you chance to style and use your body, maybe he lets you go a lot, or sometimes like maybe so what he'll do, he will just give me space. Like in salsa, there's like shines when the guy gives the lady space
Yeah,
to shine.
exactly. Yeah.
Sometimes soul does that in bachata as well. This is when I'm like, okay, this is my time. Some girls don't like that because some girls don't feel comfortable in doing that. So a guy also should understand. And if a guy sees that a girl is uncomfortable, then just pick her back up and don't, because some guys sometimes I feel like they're not aware of this and they just like, okay, show me something, and the girl is just there. She feels really uncomfortable. It shouldn't be like this. Dancing should be about, connection and passion and enjoying the dance rather than leaving the dance feeling insecure, like, oh my God, I didn't know what to do, So coming back to the styling again is just learning how to use your body. And I say to girls, stop trying to copy other girls. Okay, you should build your own styling. And how do you do that? Is by using movements that make you feel good on the dance floor. If you try to do a movement that you've seen on YouTube or something like that, and you know that while doing it you feel stupid, then that's not a movement for you. You should never feel stupid lifting your arms. Some girls, I'm like, okay, do this, and then they do this. I'm like, no, girls, if you're not gonna do it to your full potential, then because you feel silly, then change it. Maybe do a hairbrush, do a touch instead. It has to styling is about making a woman feel confident and sensual or sexy on the dance floor, not about trying to look like somebody else. So I teach styling very personal. I teach sometimes when I teach my styling, I say, girls, okay, I'm gonna show you styling, but I want you in the class to now start experimenting something different. Like rather than maybe I do this, but rather than doing this, you want to do this. Do it because it's a class not for you to come out of here dancing like me, but it's for you to take tools that I'm giving you and then build your own self. This is very important,
Absolutely.
So yeah, this is what I think about styling, and I had to learn in the bad way because I never had nobody telling me or teaching me. I learned in the bad way, hitting guys and stuff like that, and then I'm like, okay, this is not supposed to be happening, Now let me just follow, enjoy, and when the guy gives me a chance, then I experiment moving my arms and stuff like that. And the contemporary ballet, everything that I've used, why I actually learned how to love bachata is because I'm like, actually bachata, now I can use incorporate my own expression, my own background that I have into this, and this is what made it such a game changer for me.
That's a very amazing point, because this is sorry, I'm cutting here, because this is exactly what one of the best thing I love about bachata, because for me first as I said, I saw bachata, I was performing in show group, but I was not actually being in the socials. I was like performing with the group and go, like it hit me when I really saw leading and following, when I saw that the divine of it, and then I wanted to get that taste. That is what I wanted to come for. And then for me, I believe in freedom of, because I'm coming from a lot of fields, I respect all this is a very important thing, I think, I wanted to also give this message. Sometimes, how is a tree? There is a root, there is a stem, and there is this branches, Sometimes we are in the roots, or we are in the branches and thinking this is all about roots, or in the branch or in the fruit, it's about fruit and all. Don't care about the roots. And if everybody is thinking only that thing, you're spoiling the tree. Because some places, roots are important, but some plants, people are coming there because of the fruit. And then the root is getting important. But without the root, this is also not there. And some places, only the root is enough. Because it doesn't need stem, like a potato or something, like classical forms, ballet and all, you see, they are staying there. They cannot modify it because they are roots, and also the only way to preserve it. But then there are dancing like hip hop and all, which are meant to evolve. Most of the social dancing are actually street dances, by the way. This has come from the people, from the people and from the music. So when we too much make it a prison, we are actually killing its main purpose to save our own insecurities as teachers or preachers. Very honest answer, So, but that means we have to respect this, and we have to understand who is for what, because many people might come here and go there, or here and go there, or just stay there. But that will keep the whole tree healthy and prosperous, and giving fruit and air and this for everyone. So, I think that's why when I took bachata, I understood that to do that universally, this thing. Example, bachata's music is the most common with the most normal music, because fourths and eighths, like how it's broken down. So actually, you can incorporate much more things inside, and you can take it out to other places also more. Why I explained the tree thing before, because I think this understanding this concept will make our people stay together, not like understanding that our thing is more important, but how we can keep the whole tree going and understand which is our more taste. In some plants we like the fruit more, some grannies eat the roots more. So I think so that's kind of a thing. Sure.
Just to add on the styling, there's like a phenomenon with some ladies being obsessed, like Lara was saying. She was one of those, she kind of like snap out of it, but there's still some ladies obsessed with styling.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely obsessed, but to the point that it doesn't become leading and following anymore.
You don't enjoy being honest. For the followers, we are saying one of the actually very tip for leaders and followers. You are as best as correct me if I'm wrong, you're as best in a social dancing as much you are best for the other person.
Exactly.
Not for you.
Exactly.
And that is the main
and this is what it is. Like one Pierre Henry, like one of those how can I call him? One of those intellect of bachata that we have in the UK has always said that social dancing should be a conversation. If the guy just do whatever he wants without giving freedom or whatever to the lady, it becomes not a conversation but a speech. If the lady only style interrupt the guy's leading, and for example, the guy wants the hand, but she's there already, like the hand up there, and the guy's like, please give me your hand. The five is coming for me to turn you, give me your hand. To the point that the guy is there, like he looks like he's asking for money, like give me your hand, If the lady doesn't do it, then it becomes again a speech, but on the lady's side, and it's all about. The thing is, the ladies need to understand that it's about styling is beautiful. Styling, when done well, will make a move. A guy is leading a move to, like, let's say 80%. The styling will make 120.
Completely.
You understand what I mean?
Absolutely.
If it's done properly, But if it's not, it's a disaster.
Yeah, it will break it down.
And it's there's no even like there's no more connection. There's no more
Yeah.
So it's all about doing it perfectly. It's not about being obsessed with it. If you have time, do it. If you don't have the time, don't do it. And this is the difference between a good I say ladies, let's use the word followers, This is the difference between a good follower and a great follower. The good follower will probably like have like a few mistakes, or will probably like do styling when she's not supposed to, or she could have styled but she didn't style because she didn't like think that she had the time or know the space.
Exactly, yeah.
But a great follower, on the other hand, will know all this stuff, all these things, and will actually make the lead better.
Yeah. Actually, if I if you, I'll ask, what do you choose better? If a girl she is better in styling or better as follower?
Follower all the time.
Anytime.
Any day of the week.
If you don't know any styling, it's fine. Till the time you're a good leader, good follower, everything goes in. And as I was saying this thing, that till the time, if you're dancing for the other person, you won't be able to do styling only for yours. It will not happen. It only happens when you are thinking about step and styling only. You're thinking, it becomes I. If you are connected to other person, your styling will come out automatically. It's like a metaphysical. It will come out after the lead. It will happen. It will enhance the other person's the lead. By the way, when I'm talking about lead, I think for me as a good leader, I feel better as a leader because I'm also a follower when I'm leading. Example, if I'm dancing with Laura or I'm dancing with another person, all these people are different people, and if you will not force what you have learned, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you will be able to feel every music is a little bit different. Every person is a little bit different. And that's how I think it will keep on evolving. Otherwise, you'll get stuck into it and it will become mechanical. And then you're going for some few people only, maybe. What do you think about how can people keep evolving and don't get stuck how it happens and it doesn't make mechanical for
you're saying for the followers, more for the followers. I think, like I said earlier, ladies, just learn how to follow before you start styling, okay? Because I think once you learn how to follow and you're like, I'm completely confident in my step, in my turns, in my basic, in my balance, very important for the ladies. I always say to hold their weight. I said, when you're dancing, don't think because I'm slim or I'm big or I'm tall or I'm short, you should always have your own, stand for yourself. This is what I always say to it, like stand for yourself, because if we can have good balance on our own, if we can hold ourselves when we're doing just like a bend,
back bend, yeah.
This, when you're dancing with a guy, you just become like light like a feather. Do you understand? And the guy doesn't have to use force or even much effort, and the dance becomes so much more enjoyable for both of you. Now, for the styling, add it if you have time. Okay, like just something simple. I've had one of my best dances with beginners. Like we went to Israel to teach. And in Israel, the level is really high for the guys.
Man, we recommend Israel to everybody watching. It's amazing dancing over there.
The level in Israel is really high for the guys, for the girls, And even the beginners, like I had one of my best dances with some beginners, because with them, it was literally just, they were so, obviously not doing much, beginners, but the connection I had with them, like it was such an amazing connection. I didn't even have much time to style, but I had such a good connection. Their musically, when the music stopped, they stopped. Even if it was just like a stop, all these little things, you sometimes you're like, oh no, to have a good dance, I have to style. The guy have to do all these crazy moves. No, it's just as I was saying, the conversation that you have. Always keep it interesting. Don't always go into dance thinking I have to look a certain way. Enjoy your dance with whoever. Every man is different, first of all, for the ladies and stuff like that. So enjoy whatever dance you have with the guy. Express if you can express. Connect with the guy. Connect with the music. And I think this is always going to make it enjoyable, rather than always, okay, I go with someone, I have to do this on 8, on 7. When he turns, I have to make sure I do this. No, it's not like that. So this is what's
True, absolutely.
And one more thing that I like to add about this is that the issue that we have today is that every month there is a new combination that is being invented. Every day there is something new, especially on Instagram and all these things. And it becomes to the point that there's so much choice to choose from. A lead can go in many different directions when dancing. It could go more traditional. It could go more salsa turn pattern, Moderna.
Yeah.
It could go more sensual, up close, like headwork, Dominican, like all these things. But one of the issues that I find anyway, that's personal, is that ladies, they think you want to do this move, but they never like, oh, I know he wants to do this move. It's never, I know he wants to do this move. This is what I'm going to follow. It's not a knowing. It's a, I think that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And that leaves space for doubt. That is space because sometimes it's not even the move.
Yeah, I just pause you over there because when I'm actually teaching and even dancing, I say this thing, stop predicting. Because when you're predicting, you have only 2-3 options. You're thinking it might be this or that, and you're closing the opportunity for a flawless improvisation. Because you're gonna be off time because you have already decided step, and you're gonna be doing already that before it's leaded. And being honest, I have danced with so many good teachers and all. I can say you many of the good dancers also, they haven't been yet a good follower. Once you start breaking out of the steps they know, you understand, oh, we call it in our country, it's separate water and milk. Like, oh, this is the milk, oh, this is the water.
Out of their comfort.
Yeah, now you know how much, this thing. I think exactly what you're saying, this thing is like, yeah, you want to continue?
No, that's it.
And another thing that I think this, when you were saying about ladies, because I'm teaching this lady styling also. But it sounds funny, by the way. But
it's actually pretty good. It is very good.
I was just thinking, like, you know what? No, but actually, because when we learned, for me, movement was movement. I was saying, like, no male, no female, but also not to make fun of it, to really execute it as it should be. So I had to learn it really in a feminine way. So when I am teaching those things, now I don't have it naturally. So I had to really work on it. Like if I was a little bit, like already had that gesture, it would be easier for me to transit. And I think many of the things I'm missing now, example, sensuality. Before that, normally I'm teaching, if you see, when you saw my dancing, the girls, I'm already teaching in that the empowerment, to make the woman feel strong, bold, beautiful, but not like only beautiful. And because then you're only working on one of the energy of them. You're not giving them dimension to their character. Also, example, I'll show this thing. So example, this kind of step or something. Yeah. Or like if I do some, so this step is sensual, but what is sensuality is missing, which is like, it can be just looking or like doing nothing or, like this kind of thing.
Exactly.
Now this, normally I'm starting, the feeling that then you can do anything and it will, the step itself, you can make it sensual.
Yeah.
So I think, and then when you're giving those things through the, that means woman, that means it doesn't matter, of course, you're fat, slim, tall, we can all be beautiful, we can all look this. Personally, I think it's like any dancer, for me, especially for my dancer, maybe I'm biased, doesn't matter how they look. Once they dance good, they look so beautiful.
Exactly.
They look so divine. It's like, like even an old granny becomes like, oh my God, for me, it's like, so I think, and that should give, I think that's why dancing is one of the best exercise, where your body, mind, soul is into the play to the maximum of its ratio than any other field.
There was this meme on Facebook that I saw a few days ago, and it was like, when the man is ugly, but he can dance good bachata, and it was like the body of like somebody that is ripped, that goes to the gym, very muscular body, but the face of Mr. Bean, like just standing like that, but he dances bachata. It's true, like when somebody comes at you with confidence, but has all the ingredients, like literally the attitude, the technique, the styling, whatever you have, like all these things, they do become more beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
They do. That's true. I agree. I totally agree.
I will ask one more question to you before we take a break. Before that, I think, yeah, like for me, social dancing, I think another way of putting it, how I'm saying to people, is like a very good relationship, especially talking about leading following. I think there is not only a leader and a follower, then it's a imbalanced relationship. It's both leading and following. It's like, example, sometimes she's deciding, let's go to the movie. Sometimes, yeah, let's go to this game, and you're deciding, and so actually, you are better as a leader how much you are also following. And so I think, yeah, this concept, because why I'm saying this thing, this brings me to the next question to you about men styling,
Okay.
because I think that has been, is very underrated, is very underused, and it's not been inspired to the guys that they also need, because the girls mostly, I think they are going, not I think they are going for more styling and more for this extra classes, which is affecting them. But I think from this community, our guys, we are not going so much to get the same kind of thing which can make us so good ultimately.
I completely agree. I completely agree. I think there should be more men styling classes, more men styling workshop, but there has to be a good ones. Like there is like these things that happens that when somebody comes with something new, everybody kind of like jump on the what do you call it, the bandwagon, and even though they cannot really teach it, like I always disagree with teachers teaching something that they don't know. Like you would never see me teaching a dance or something that I'm not comfortable teaching. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
even if I have the opportunity to make money out of it, and I know that students will come to my workshop, I will not teach it because I'm not comfortable teaching,
Absolutely.
and I would feel like I'm cheating the students. I'm going to just make something up on the spot. But men styling, I think that more men in the world need it. Just for confidence, just for loosen up a little bit, attitude and everything, and attitude is something that we are very keen on in our classes, and we always say that attitude makes the whole difference. Like
Absolutely.
you better off doing a move bad but with good attitude than a move good but with a bad attitude.
Yep, absolutely.
You see what I'm
True.
saying?
Yeah, yeah, for
Like
both sides.
it will come out better.
Yeah.
This is what we say. It's so important. And I think men styling could be a key to change that. Men in one room, learning something to actually unlock something in their brain for them to be a little bit more, okay, I can do
Yeah, you
this.
can. The confidence there, this postures, yeah.
Because a lot of people also do dance, like when they dance with the ladies, maybe they also, you see them, they're thinking and they're trying to do all these crazy moves. But okay, they do the moves, and I'm like, yeah, but you did it, but you didn't give me I didn't feel that move. You
Yeah,
get
I
what I'm
didn't
saying?
feel the lead also,
Yeah,
or
it
something.
was
Yeah.
it was just a move, but you didn't put this. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like if people are going, yeah, it's like, yeah, if people are going for 2-3 months of classes and their shoulders are still like this, and they're still walking like,
They're looking down,
there is something
they're
wrong.
looking
It's not,
down,
it's- and also that's why I think there's a big gap between when beginners, generally in the bigger hall, when a beginner girl starts and beginner guy start, after, we see take a range of time, and you will see the more growth coming to the girls, and they're getting better faster within a year.
Man, for me, it's simple. Girls are better at guys at bachata. Simple. Girls learn quicker.
They learn quicker,
Girls
yeah.
girls learn a lot quicker than guys. And unfortunately, what ends up happening is that if you have like let's say that you have a couple coming in your beginner class, first class of bachata.
Yeah.
In about 2-3 months' time, the girl will be better than the guy.
Yeah.
The guy will be behind. He will try his best, but the girl will end up being kind of like bored of the guy because like, okay, listen,
I think there is another thing. I think it goes for the teaching also, something for the teachers. I think this gap is also influenced by the teachers itself, how or teaching style itself.
Okay.
Because most of this, when we're teaching the girl stylings and all, if you understand, we are saying in our teaching how most of these moves are feminine. are supposed to be girly, are supposed, and that metaphysically works to get that thing faster. Then the men didn't explain that, hey, you can get a good posture, you can be this, hey, you can look like this. They're not given that thing. And I think that's like, apart from that, there is a range difference, of course, but those things can be decreased to a very big extent. If these things, normally when I'm teaching the guys, I'm trying to inspire them, like saying, like, so yeah, this thing, everybody is coming, yeah, you want the, if you don't learn at that end, you'll be coming only to dance with the good girls. But they will not like to dance with you, most probably, But if you get the right things and all those things, they will like to. So which one you want, Yeah, that one. So like inspiring them for this thing, then like about the same thing, how we can empower the woman. We are forgetting to empower the guys. Some constantly thinking they are strong.
I never actually thought about it like this, but yes, you're absolutely right. So, I agree.
Like, because I think especially in this field, except our teachers, most of the people, especially the guys who are coming, they are coming from a very closed kind of a environment, especially they are working or place themselves in. So, and that's why they are uncomfortable with their body and their personality and all those things. To able to understand what they want and then direct them through this way. Actually, you can get it much more better way in that way. I think that opens up them. So for me, this is the best part, that when I'm working with this, as I'm saying, this is the same thing I can't do when I'm teaching people for performance. It's a completely different group. Yes. I have different goals and all. And I love that as a teacher, when we are doing this, we get to explore more. Otherwise, for me in every class, I want to learn more. Not only I'm giving more, what I can learn back in this thing. So, and then you never come to a point where your passion changes to talking about business, which we will come back after the break part. We'll talk about this as a career, as a profession, about business. Now we're talking about more the heart and the passion, all these things. So let's take a break, guys, and let's give them a small break. They were talking for so long. Okay, let's let them breathe. And thank you, guys. This was so amazing. Let's come back after 5 minutes. For you, 1 minute.
So hey guys, and I hope you enjoyed the show, because I had a great time with Sol and Laura, and that was so much of edutainment in it, isn't it so? And it was so much that actually we had to comprise it in not only 1 but 3 parts. So go ahead and check all the other videos over there. Go ahead and show some love and warmth to Sol and Laura by visiting their channel, and of course like, share, and don't forget to subscribe, because in every week there will be new artists, new athletes, new celebrities even coming over here, or we will be talking together to share with you much more knowledge through this edutainment show of Sight Through Insight. So see you guys in the next one.